Good morning, day, night, evening, afternoon, guys. Welcome to a stream that is probably gonna be a little shorter. I mean, I say that and then it's like 5-hour stream after all. Like maybe like 3 hours. Okay, so we are back with the Primal Strike Shaman. Let's head into the game. Yo, BP Frosty, hello. So, I'm gonna get the spider next and then just grab a widow. Should maybe also grab Ellie Storm, but we'll see. We shall see if we need that. Okay, so we did Act 2 last time, and they also did like first half of Act, like Forgotten Gods Act, whatever you want to call it. Got a wild coder decapitation because I did not get a... Well, I was like lucky enough to get a wild coders, but I was not lucky enough to get a headbird yet. And I'm kind of wondering... I should probably just continue the act a little bit more here. Like maybe Act 3. And then I think the wild coder is gonna... That level 20 weapon is already gonna like fall off pretty soon here, so we'll see. I might have to go to Forgotten Gods and like try to actually get the Heathered very soon here. Yo, Blender, Shell Power, BP Frosty, Scatterbrain, Enigma, Monkey, welcome in, guys. Welcome in, everybody. Oh. That's some convenient Ikrik spawn right here. So I still seem to have an issue where I have not enough OA. Like I'm missing too much still. As you can tell. And also damage like could be better, honestly. 10k at level 32s. It's not really that high, is it? But it's mostly because of the weapon being a little bad. Yo, Soul Reaver, welcome. Shaman OA without savagery, yeah. It's just pretty bad. Not gonna lie. And the skill is still like great AoE. It's not like the skill is bad or anything. But it could be better. Mage Storm of Alacrity. Ah, it's... Well... If only these items were like, you know, pure lightning or something like that, but they're not. Yo, Ethery, welcome in. Like, how are you even supposed to play, like, common weapons, man? How does it even work to play those? I do not understand. Like, in a way, the monster frequent system is pretty cool in Grim Dawn. In some other ways, I sometimes wish, like, the base items would just be better instead. Because, like, discrepancy between monster frequency and base items is so bad in this game, to be fair. I mean, we're level 32 right now, Soul Reaver, so level 30 to 35 is usually where if you simply put the right points into the right skills, you will have a pretty good, like, power peak in a way. Like around, like I said, level 30 to 40, like once you get to like your exclusive as well, when you max out your main ability, you maybe start grabbing your resistance reduction ability, and you got your main like exclusive on top of that, right? That's usually when you're pretty powerful almost no matter your gear and like almost no matter what skill you're playing, as long as it's like a viable damage skill, you know. So yeah. Thinking about scrapping your saves for a fresh start with the upcoming DLC. I made a video on that, I think, on my YouTube as well at some point. You don't really have to scrap everything, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like create a new save folder, right? By renaming my older save folder to something save underscore whatever. And then the game's gonna automatically create a new save folder. And then once I'm basically more or less done with my SSF experience, I'll probably just like merge my newly made, freshly made character into my old saves. Not sure when I'm gonna do that exactly, like after how many characters stuff there, but I will do it at some point, I think. The only thing that might be a little bit annoying is gonna be like blueprints and so on. Soldier worst mastery. Is it? Is it? Yo, the record equipment. Yeah, you only have to like somewhat figure out a way to like properly merge your like blueprints and so on. That might be a little scuffed, to be fair. I actually didn't think about that. Maybe I'll just merge a little sooner. We'll see. Worst softcore, best hardcore mastery? The soldier? Maybe. Maybe, yeah. You had like the opposite experience with savagery, really. At like level 30 to 40 you had no damage with savagery, even though you maxed out your savagery tree, like pro like max out brute force and a couple points here. Savagery is down here. You got your Stonecollar's Pact or Primal Bond if you were playing Bleed. And you got like a monster frequent like Troll Bone Crusher and or the Waldrux Crusher, for example. And you had no damage? What? That seems weird. Yo, Emporium guy, welcome. Glad you enjoyed the content. Oh shit, I am sundered. Oh no. Mogara is like one of the first bosses I feel like we're getting sundered, like actually properly can fuck you, right? On other bosses, especially like Mac 1, I mean Sunder like literally doesn't matter at all. As the top 10 starter builds video still viable? I would say generally it is. Like, I mean, all the builds from that list are still viable. I'll probably make an updated one like at some point after the expansion. That's like a couple of weeks afterwards, maybe. Yeah, the problem is, I mean, you're not entirely wrong, so Reaver. The problem is that you are reliant on weapon pull skills for AoE, so you're relying on Upheaval or Feral Hunger to hit multiple targets, like these two over here. And if you don't have a lot of points into them, then they're not gonna proc, right? However, if you have, well, access to playing the Vastikarn, which obviously we'll be able to have in like 2 weeks from now, or 1.5 weeks at this point almost, only. There's gonna be like a stat on items that you can get called, like basically increased chance to be used to weapon pool skills. So, and Trope Bone Crusher is gonna get, I think, an additional 20% chance to use Feral Hunger, which is insane. So you're basically gonna have like 20% more AoE, basically. Secures 2Y Night Blade Berserker is called Reaver. Yeah, I don't know. What would your suggestion have been? I think they had like Dreadblade. As an option as well in the past. I don't remember if it was for Necromancer Berserker or for Nightblade and Berserker. But Dreadblade would have been a pretty nice name as well. Night Stalker. Oh, that could work, I guess, as well, yeah. Kevman PoE, you're welcome on. Hunter seems more like a name for single mastery rather than like a dual mastery, doesn't it? To be fair, something like Druid also does feel more single mastery than it should be. Yeah, also I think a pet is called like that. I think a pet is called Night Stalker. Is it Night Stalker? Might have been Night Stalker, yeah. Yo, Fabric, welcome. Planning to play a Runekeeper since Pierce and or Cold dual pistols. Nice, nice. Any suggestions on what to use Onslaught stacks for? If you're gonna play like a Pew Pew Pistol Inquisitor Berserker, you probably use Onslaught stacks for nothing. I mean, I guess you're gonna consume it with Leap, but it's not gonna like deal a lot of damage. Yeah, the dots in Grim Dawn all feel very samey. That is true. That is a fair critique about the game in general. That's just kind of how it is. I mean, to be fair, like, Act 1, if you're playing on Veteran, especially, can be very slow and sluggish. The game pops off a bit more later, like a lot more later, actually. If you're playing Act 1 on normal, it shouldn't feel that slow, but I mean, if you're a new player and you don't know, like, how to skill stuff and, like, what items to look out for, of which in Act 1 there aren't that many, to be fair, then I guess it can still feel slow and sluggish, even on non-veteran. Grim Dawn, in my opinion, is like, out of all the RPGs, arguably the best hardcore SSF experience. Because, first of all, trade and multiplayer is a little scuffed in this game by default, because it's like basically not supported properly. I mean, there is multiplayer, you can do some like super old school multiplayer, and yes, you can also trade, but it's also like, it feels like you're trading in a game from the early 2000s. But for SSF hardcore, it's just like an amazing game. And to be fair, there is also like community run seasons, which hopefully there will be one soon again, which has like proper trading, at least for softcore. Tomorrow, yeah, surely. Alright, I mean, considering our weapons level 20, I think we have reached a point now where Primal Strike feels pretty good again. The expansion launches a day before the league, the PoE league. Yeah, that's a bit of unfortunate timing, that's true. Oh well. I mean, if you are a PoE enjoyer and you're gonna play PoE instead and you wanna play the Grim Dawn season, I mean, you might just enjoy the season and Fangs of Astikarn together. Whenever you're done with PoE 1 season, maybe like a month or so after release. Okay, so damage and leech is actually fine, it's just energy that's a problem right now against the bosses at least. Or at least against this boss. If I had more damage, then I guess I also would need less energy. He's hitting kinda hard now. Because of the enrage. Okay, let's go and handle all of these quests. Yeah, I mean, compared to PoE, Grim Dawn is
Good, you're back.
I think it's still a great and fun ARPG, and it can be pretty challenging every now and then. But compared to PoE, it's still like just way more chill, and you don't have to like stress out yourself. Just play however and whatever in whatever way you want, and you can have a good time usually. Thank you so much for the Prime, Kevman PoE. I appreciate the 4 months. Welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much.
These are...
Dude, this Waldrex Crusher has almost the same DPS as the flippin' Wild Quarters, is insane. Even though, okay, like if this had actually a lightning affix, right, it would be better than the Wild Quarters, which is pretty insane. For a non-savagery, I mean non-Primal Strike weapon. That is kind of funny. Poison Piercers? Alright, time for Chronic Ring, that's for sure. Pierce Aether instead of Pierce Elemental, sure we can do that. What's the other one? Aether Chaos? Okay. What are these? They have casting speed? Thanks. Another Astral Leg Reps. They are pretty astral, alright. They are pretty ass. Or are they? I mean, they're not that bad, actually. +2 to brute force. Has attack speed base. The FXs are terrible, though. Could have been good. If it wasn't bad. Steam just updated the FOA achievements. Can you quickly comment on them? I mean, aren't Steam achievements like the most safe explorative thing in the whole world? Like, what kind of commentary are you looking for here? You do what they say and then you get them. I already have 2 of them for some reason. I think it's just because I logged in. So what? Meet the Kern, reach the roof of the world, meet the Hranak Elder, restore Kern relations with the Dranguls of Astakarn, retake the... Okay, wait, let me put this on screen maybe. Yeah, okay, let me do a separate recording for this. So Grim Dawn, Fangs of Astakarn has updated their achievements. There's new ones. You can get them by doing what they say. And that's how you get them. I mean... And there's like duplicates for like ultimate or non-ultimate. Are there hardcore ones? Wait, there's no hardcore achievements this time or what? Huh? Are you fucking kidding me? No way. No, there's hardcore. Okay, there's complete Fangs of Astakarn, ultimate and hardcore. Okay. Be the savior of Astakarn. Survive the Dread. I mean, you guys already know who the Dread is. Banish some guy. Banish some guy. Slay Sif. Slay the giants. Slay the fire and the lightning giant. Ice giant and the fire giant. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? The Test of Ascension. Slay a boss in Ascendant mode. Activate the Altar of Ascension with all materials filled. Okay, I mean, collect 100 lore notes. Open 40 one-shot chests. Slay Sharzul on Ascendant mode. Okay, like these are like all the... Wait, there's Slay Warning Creek on Ascendant mode? What? It's not gonna be that hard. What do you mean? I mean, maybe it is. And then there's hidden. Wait, click to show spoiler? What? What do you mean click to show spoiler? Oh my god, there's actual spoilers in there. Wait, you can just... Lamau. But I mean, everybody can show those, right? Like, everybody can see those. Alright, back to the Shaman. I've ruined it for you. Ruin what? You can't click them? Oh shit, you cannot? Oh my god. Wait, why could I show spoiler? That makes no sense. I've never seen that ever before. Alright, alright, alright. Show spoiler on hidden achievements has been a thing for a long time. For everybody? Like, everybody click those? I've legit, like, never seen that ever, and I have no idea that actually exists. This is a pretty good pair of shoulders, not gonna lie. Let's use this. Lots of resistances, however, I still need the pierce rest. I also need, maybe I use this too. Brute force. Let's brute force it. For everybody on every game that has hidden achievements. If you go to the global, you can see it all. What the fuck is that? I mean, honestly, I would suggest you guys to not spoiler yourself though. Like, I would not show those spoilers. I think it's a better experience if you don't show the spoilers. At least until you've played like through the game once or so. Like, through the expansion.
Put it to good use.
Prime strike, what a surprise. I know, right? Never seen before. Insane skill. Never has ever done before. Never has it ever been done before. Dude, don't click the spoilers, you idiot. Like, what are you doing?
I wish I'm going.
Probably, actually, the very secret one doesn't have an achievement, I'm pretty sure. I don't think, like, the actual secret ones have achievements in the base game, or, like, the first expansions either. But by knowing this is Grim Dawn, there's probably some secret one. But if there is, I haven't found it yet, actually. Like, I'm a playtester, but I still don't know where the fuck it is. And I haven't found it yet, so, yeah. Who knows? Hidden too well. Well. I mean, I could, like, I guess... do some data mining, but I mean, nah. Could you briefly tell which statistics do you prioritize on armor, jewelry, or caster characters? On casters, I basically never look at armor. I just try to get some, but it's not like a high priority really. I mean, you want to have some so that you don't die to like flippin' rash mobs, but... There's secret achievements. I mean, there are secret achievements in the game right now. So maybe there's gonna be some in the next expansion too, right? Who knows? I mean, there's the one run where you have to defeat Warden Krieg, get to level 100, and reach the Vanguard of the Three in Forgotten Gods without any mastery, right? I mean, that's like a hidden achievement, for example, that like nobody knows except for everybody at this point. You accidentally cheated all of your achievements. Well, surely it was actually accidental, right? Surely. Snoomac just did a video series on the classless challenge. Nice, nice. You grab yourself some of the saves from the forums? Yeah. Classic. That's why even when I did like post build guides on the forums, I usually did not provide a character save file as well. Sure, for like some other min-maxers it would be nice, but for all the casuals out there that like just want to follow the build, and I kind of don't want to ruin their experience. Resetting achievements on Steam is easy. Yeah, I also did not know that. But then again, I mean, I've only like tried to like get some achievements in some games, Grim Dawn being one of them. But otherwise, I really didn't care much about them, to be fair. Literally the only 100% game I have is Grim Dawn. And since, I guess, today, since the Steam achievements for the expansion are uploaded, I have 0 100% games now. Yo, Stan, welcome in. Should I start a Berserker Oathkeeper? I mean, why not? I think it's fun. Even though Berserker has like no fire synergy by default, really. There are some items that enable fire Berserker. Or I guess, I mean, you can just play like cold damage. Or maybe bleed even. I don't know, I haven't tried it all, but probably should work. Cold RF, yeah, for example. At least there's like an endgame setup for that, which should work for Berserker as well. But I would dare to say that's probably one of the less unique ways to play a Zealot, since it would probably play like very similar to a Nightblade anyway. You got Civ 5 to 100%, for example. Holy schmoly. I think I had like Factorio at 100% at some point during early beta, but then they added more later with release and expansion, so no longer 100% on Factorio. I really enjoyed doing the one run where you have to, what was it, like only handcraft like so many items and the rest has all to be automated. That was pretty nice. But then again, it was also like almost 10 years ago by now. Yeah, I think the latest like Oathkeeper Guardians video on YouTube is basically, well, the video itself is mostly just me playing Oathkeeper, but it would heavily lean into like Fire Werewolf. Or like one of the ways to play it later would be to add Fire Werewolf to the mix. And you can definitely also like start the build differently by playing like Werewolf first, for example, from level 1. And then like adding the Guardians later. Well, you just wouldn't play Fire right away, right? You would need to get some items that like enable Fire Werewolf first. But I mean, that's fine. There are some monster frequencies for that, so you don't need to wait for endgame. But it's also probably best, as you said, like just play some Berserker, and then you might find some interesting combinations that you enjoy playing. I mean, the obvious good ones are obviously Shaman, Nightblade, and Occultist. I would dare to say, like, those three are pretty obvious, and since, I mean, they have like just overlapping damage times. Holy fucking shit, this boss hurts so much lately, it's absolutely insane. Do you have like capped acid res as well? Are you fucking kidding me? Also my cluster was absolutely retarded because I used it like way too late. And I should have just not used it at all at this point. Dude, what? My poison res is capped, what do you mean? What's this damage coming? Where is it coming from? Is it vitality damage as well or something? So Ricardo complaining about Zarathustra. I mean, Zarathustra is also a little juiced right now, for sure. But honestly, like, Ravna and Zarathustra are, in my opinion, like, only a problem in Veteran. Like, but I mean, if you're playing Veteran, you have to be a veteran, right? Like, I mean, if Veteran isn't hard, then what is? I think it's fine. You can just not play Veteran if you don't want to have a hard fight, right? British Trials are acid only. Dude, I have 6,000 HP, by the way. Because I'm a Shaman. Right? Other classes would have less than this. Yeah, scrap workman. Hello, hello. Absolutely toxic boss, yeah. Also, to be fair, it is a side content optional boss, right? So you don't have to do it. Another reason why I think it's actually fine. Shaman. Shaman. Can I play this build if I don't drop blue items? Yes. Just farm the green items. Need to farm Cronley for blues. But blue items are clearly better. Yeah, of course, they're always better. Not. What's my Aetherus? 80%? Okay. Then surely this one is not gonna kill me, right? What? How did it hit me? Alright. Yeah, I mean, compared to Ravna, this guy is kinda... I mean, usually you will have less Aetherus than Acerus. So having both of them capped right now means this boss is easier for me than Ravna. Than Ravna. But it could very well be the other way around, right? Depending on your resistances. Bolvar next. Yeah, for Bolvar I'm gonna get some more Chaos Rest, right? I mean, 54 is not bad, but you want more, probably. I mean, this one is more. Just get it. Just get more. I need more Vitality resistances as well, though.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
The fuck? Streamer RNG. Perfectly normal RNG, what do you mean? Almost all capped rest 36. Yes.
Put it to good use.
That's how you play the game, right? You're going here with 20? Yeah, you went here with on 20 like 2 patches ago on normal maybe.
Just the person. There are 2 other.
But not on new veteran.
I have come to represent
Probably.
Kaiman's chosen.
Not post boss buff on veteran. They buffed like almost all bosses, which is very nice. Okay guys, how do I get vitality resistances? Oh well. 58 is fine, right? Surely.
Ah, I've been expecting you, human.
Yo, SWAT and Sewer? Swait and Sewer? Wickman, thank you so much for the prime. Sorry for butchering your name in probably multiple ways. Appreciate the support. Is getting tier 3 constellations always worth it, or are there exceptions? Usually it's always worth it. I think there are very, very, very few exceptions though. But it heavily depends on the build. Maybe like 1% of builds like don't use a tier 3 devotion. I don't remember which builds those were though, to be fair, so... I think there was like some kind of like either fire or retaliation build at some point that didn't go for tier 3. Heavy tier 3 with only ultos, but still... Yeah. There was like one that I saw at some point, but I don't think it was on this patch, it was like the one before, so... Not sure how accurate it is. So, I mean, yeah, maybe like 1% of builds don't use a tier 3. But generally, like, all of them do. It might have been like some retaliation build before they buffed the Wire devotion a little bit. Maybe. What about cold? And usually you get ultos or Yugol on those, right? Leviathan sometimes as well. Sometimes, like Leviathan is a little scuffed, but sometimes you can even play Leviathan. Base of Shower, what? What devotion is that? Did I get 1 point in Shaman and then max out Savagery? I have to disappoint. I am not... Oh, Meteor, Shower. Like Torch Devotion, okay. The 1 point in Maelstrom is kinda whatever. I mean, Maelstrom is a great skill if you're playing like an actual Wind Devil Caster's like build. But the additional lightning effects are always cool, right? If you're playing this build, you're playing this for the flash effects already anyway, right? So might as well like add some more. If you don't like the flashiness, then you probably aren't playing this build in the first place. So let's just go full flash mode. Full flashbang mode. Yeah, the game has changed quite a bit now, honestly, like, because of all the feedback we gave. Like, we played this game for Face of Asakarn. I think the game got a lot harder again, which is good. At least in my opinion. I mean, there's gonna be some people out there who are gonna be upset as fuck, but... I mean, I don't know, like, just get good, maybe? Or just play on normal, or... just gear up properly for Ultimate and Ascendant. Or you can, if you're playing base game only, right, I mean, with no seasons, I mean, you can literally just play like all the way to 100 in normal mode anyway, and like stay in normal mode for literally ever if you want to. You can even like play your endgame build in normal if you really want to. Okay, Devourer Ring. You wanna see the Devourer Ring? Where is it? There it is. Physical Chaos Base, Field Command, Second Right Temper. Kinda nice. Almost upscaling at 85. It does in the league. It does not in, like, without the league. There's some areas that scale all the way to 100. If you're not playing seasons. I think that's bullshit, so I made it not scale all the way, but if you're playing Vanilla Grim Dawn, then normal does scale all the way to 100, at least some areas do. That's shit, Boulevard. Ah, we have enough kill stress, we're like 70%, right? Alright, easy. Easier than Ravna now. Definitely easier than Ravna. Oh no, my energy. Okay, we got 5 insignias. We got the shrine, we killed Bolvar, we found the farmers, so we're done here. We can move on to the next map. Buff Bolvar. Yeah, they also nerfed energy potions quite a bit. So you're running out of energy a lot more now than before. Until you can modify your potions to then get energy back, and you can get even more energy on energy potions then. But early to, like, until you get to, you know, the cauldron to modify your potions, you have a lot less energy than before. Which kinda sucks for the game, once again, for certain skills, which have been, like, which had their energy costs reduced so that they are playable early. But because of this change, they are like back to not being playable, I feel like, almost. And I don't know what the reason was behind doing it exactly like that, or like Wiser and Titan at least like reduce energy cost a little bit more to like certain skills then. Or at least reduce the energy cost for like lower levels in that skill and like only made it like go crazy high with like overcap points. You know, like those could have been like ways to balance stuff, but... And I mean, he's aware of that to a certain extent. Like, it's not like he doesn't know you can balance stuff like that, but... It's definitely not perfect right now. Certainly very far from that. Do you think Harvestman's Scythe is good consolation for TSS character? It could be, yeah. Sure, that means you have more options for Leech and Regen. No. At least not early on. I mean, there's ectoplasm, right? Cactoplasm. Alright, we're smacking pretty nicely now. When those Wind Devils work with ranged characters too? Oh yeah. I mean, they won't always work perfectly as like max range, but I mean, enemies are gonna close into you at some point, and then against the enemies, against the resistance reduction does matter. They will always apply like their aura, like the resistance reduction aura. So yeah, they're like good on any shaman, really. At least any that has like elemental damage. You can also direct them if you really want to, right? Have more control over them. You can like use pet attack to make them go where you want to as well. I mean, their max range is like this, right? Yeah. That's a pretty decent range. It's not like off-screen range, but still good enough, I think. Unlimited game stash. Nope. We will get, like, at least, or I think it's about, like, double the stash size that we have right now, though. So that's at least something. But if you're a true hoarder, you probably will still have to use either Item Assistant or GD Stash to hoard your items. if you are an actual hoarder. Okay, I'm gonna grab the Wendigo Totem here. Like, once you have access to Blood Pact, I think adding Wendigo Totem to, like, any, especially, like, melee weapon damage-based build is pretty nice. Because it gives you pretty good lifesteal just for 1 point. I think it gets, like, 4 or 3% at, like, 1 point, and now I have, like, +3 from some item. I'm getting 5% each, which is kinda nice. Why no unlimited stash? Because it's like saved locally on your PC, and also the UI is gonna be it's basically a UI problem, let's say it like that. I think. Mr. Giant Sweet Workman. Is starting now foolish? No, it's not. You can start now if you want and just continue your character later if you want. You can literally play all of your old characters as well on the new content, and you can achieve everything that you can achieve with those old characters as well. If you want to start fresh, that's fine. I mean, I see the appeal of doing that. But if you don't want to wait, you could also start fresh now. Ah shit, Zarya. Build the crystals. She has too much HP now. Can't wait for other people to die to Zarya once again. It's gonna be fun. Do you think the new class is gonna be really strong? Yeah. I mean, all the classes are strong in this game, and I think the new class is gonna be no exception. It's gonna be exceptionally strong. Would the leveling process be different for 1.3 Fangs of Astakarn? Maybe the speed leveling is gonna change a little bit. I'll certainly like make a video on that at some point. But like the fresh start leveling is not gonna change much for Fangs of Astakarn. There are some monster frequents that are new that like drop in non-Fangs of Astakarn areas already. Which, if you're playing a build that wants to use those items, then yes, you should probably like wait for the expansion. But otherwise, you can just play now, it's fine. Hold on, Tempest Sigil should be decent for Shamans. Raging Tempest +2 is not bad. Also the flat lightning damage is not bad. What do I actually need? I need like vitality resistances, right? Ooh, also this one is nice. Oh boy, this one had Aether and Chaos Res. That's unlucky. But hopefully we're gonna find some better items of these soon. Like in Act 4. Ingen fara, Mr. Giant Sweet. You're welcome. Wait, what resistance reduction is not working for you? If you're playing a druid, you have to play Raging Tempest. I mean, that is how you get most of your resistance reduction. Apart from devotions, of course. Like, apart from stuff like Arcane Bomb or Elemental Storm, or if you're playing Cold as well, or like Mixed, then you play Rumor as well. Yeah, there's no weak class in this game, really. No weak class. Sleepy Strya time? Oh yeah. I guess pretty light over there, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. I'll see you around. JavaScript. Classic. You got to homestead without like assigning your skills to the bottom bar? Wait, what? How did you even make it that far? It's crazy. Did it only auto attacks? What the fuck? How? How did you even get that far? That's crazy. Doesn't the tutorial like tell you now to assign skills in the bar? I think tutorials are enabled by default. I mean, maybe it didn't do that in the past. But... died a lot. I mean, yeah, I can imagine. Do I have to refarm monster frequency like every 20 levels ish? Kind of depends on the monster frequent. Some things like metals and amulet you don't really have to reform. Things like weapons you kind of have to reform though. Because especially if you're playing a weapon damage based skill, then a big part of your damage is gonna be your weapon. And then you kind of do want to reform your weapon. If you're playing a caster skill, it might be a little bit easier to skip some upgrades. Can't do the tutorial if you can't read. There. This is the other Gorger ring, Devourer ring. Smite, Bursting Round, Spectral Binding with fire and vitality damage. Alright, Carouse. Let's see what you have. He has a resistance reduction, just like Zarya. Curse. Okay, he's actually fucking tanky now, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna be out of energy in 3, 2, 1. Should probably like not stand inside the pool, right? You got no Sunder, right? Shouldn't he have a Sunder and like his new like attack animation that he got? Like this like attack. Why does it not Sunder? I don't get it. Oh well. Am I using the cold damage component? Yeah, there's no lightning one for melee. There is one for ranged, but... I mean, okay, there is one for lightning for melee, but it's kind of... dog shit. I mean, okay, at this point I should probably change it. But at level 20, the cold stone, like, just having the raw, like... flat damage is better than some minuscule, like, lightning percentage. At this point, though... grabbing the lightning one might be better. Cracked lodestone direct connect one. I mean, yeah, but it sucks.
Let's see. I've already.
Well, you can play cracked lodestone, but it kind of sucks compared to cold stone.
You're here with the cultist.
See anything you like?
If you want to use the skill from cracked lodestone, okay, sure, like, feel free to, right? Ooh, wait, this is a new medal. Hold on. I think this is a new Fangs of Asakar medal, even. What does it have? +3 to Storm Surge. Eddy Rest, Lightning Damage, 4% OA. What? Finally, Shaman's OA problems are solved. Ah, it's better than Tempest Sigil, right? Maybe not. Or like maybe about the same. But it's lower level, so we can use it already right now. Also, these rings... Wait, no, this ring at least had attack speed. Attack speed and Vitras.
See you around.
Lightning Nova is also at level 10.
Need something broken down? Goodbye for now.
Maybe. Did they buff it? Maybe they buffed it. For spells, they're both 12%. I mean, Cold Stone is a 100%, not 12% damage increase, and it has like a shit ton of flat cold damage. So...
What brings you to my forge?
I mean, there is a good lightning one. There is this one, which is great, but it only works on guns. Or caster offense. It doesn't work on 200 melee. Because this also gives you like 100% lightning damage. And then also like a lot of flat on top of that. I mean, the other option I could play is Amber. I could like play 25% lightning damage and like a powered lightning nova. Like this is the only actual thing I could do here. I wasn't talking about relics. I mean, these are components. I'm not talking about relics either. These are components. What am I most excited for besides the new class / area for the new patch? The game just generally being harder, and also Ascended mode being there, and then fighting bosses on Ascended mode, and creating new bosses myself for Ascended mode for Season 8. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And also like trying out all the different builds that you can make. It's gonna be fun, fun, fun. The other one that's pretty good for two-handers, like not right away, but like a little bit later, would be Haunted Steel, which gives you like lots of leech. That is actually kind of decent. Ooh, there's also Kyrian's Shattered Soul that I got earlier. I should just use that for vitality resistances and attack speed. This is very nice. Unfortunately, I don't do like any fire or vitality damage, but simply the attack speed and vitality resistance alone is pretty nice.
Keep an eye on. See anything you like?
Elite? No, you just don't play it. That's how you... The fastest way to get to Ultimate is you don't play Elite at all. You just play normal and then you play Ultimate and then you don't play Elite at all, ever. It's the fastest way.
Put it to good use.
Yeah, if you're watching some of my older videos, like very old videos, they are... Yes, I was playing Elite because at some point you still had to do Elite. But they changed Elite to be optional a couple of patches ago. So now you don't have to do Elite anymore. If you defeat the Logorian at Tomb of the Watchers, right, the last boss of Act 4 in the Necropolis, it will not unlock just Elite, but it will unlock Elite and Ultimate now, so yeah, you can just hop to Ultimate right away. But I would not hop into Ultimate right after killing the Logorian, because you're probably not strong enough at that point, and also you usually want to get like all of your factions enabled first, unlocked first, so that you start getting some reputation there as well. You can do like a or devotion hopping on the Elite if you really want to, yeah, but you can do that, sure. I have 80% Aetheress. I should do the Lost Cannons, honestly. I have plenty of Aetheress. I would not recommend you to do this right now if you have like bad Aetheress, but if you do have capped Aetheress, I mean, why not, right? Why not? Best faction to max out? All of them. But yeah, I guess Mammoth resistance is like one of the best because of the experience potions that you get. Which are huge for... well, maybe even your first character, but even better for your second characters. You need faction reputation for crafting augments, yes. I mean for crafting crafting recipes, yes. But also for like some of the faction gear can be pretty decent for some builds. But more importantly, you need it for augments. Like every item in this game can have a component and an augment, and you can only get augments from faction vendors. There's no other way to get them, so yeah, you want to use augments too, at least for endgame. For leveling they're not as important, but endgame, if you don't use... I mean, endgame is balanced around you having augments in every single slot, and if you don't have augments, then you will just die. Deal with no damage, basically. But mostly you will die. Probably. Depends on the build, of course, but... I mean, either way, like, augments are a huge huge boost to your character. And to be able to like choose the optimal augments for your build, you ideally want to just be like maxed out with all the factions, so you can also like change them at will. Yeah, the augments are character bound and the rest is like account bound basically. Can I show you my build? Sure. Feel free to post your Grim Tools link in chat. I'm not gonna do like a deep dive review on it though. We can do that kind of stuff like on the couple days before the Massacre release maybe, when the Grim Tools, like whenever the Grim Tools is up. Started using my pot too late, what am I doing? I gotta check again like what I need to do to craft Arcane Spark. Because I should be able to get one soon, I think. And it's gonna make this build feel a lot better with the energy consumption.
That's locked.
I mean, normal difficulty in this game is pretty easy, yeah. It is pretty balanced around casual play or like just getting to ultimate fast play. Like, in many ways, Veteran's not really that efficient to get yourself like hooked to endgame, but I think it's a nice experience if you want to have like a challenge in the game right away. So, in a way, even though it's slower and you're getting to endgame slower, it is more fun in a way, at least to me. Because it feels like you're actually playing the game a little bit earlier. Like, normal difficulty is literally just, the entirety of it is like a tutorial, right? All about normal is just a tutorial. You have a 5 KOA Blade Master. Holy schmoly, okay, what is this build? 5 KOA Phantasmal Blades Blade Master. 200% casting speed, Spite Master. Pew pew, spamming the blades. Wait, why is this not maxed out? Can't you get like some more items that like give you more points to Nether Edge? Like there's a lot of damage in these like nodes here. Like lots of flat damage, also some crit damage. The Warcry seems a little scuffed here. Is there no other way to get damage reduction? And if not, then this should be maxed out, right? Because DR is really, really important for endgame survivability, in my opinion. Something like putting 13 points here is doing nothing, right? It doesn't give you like more casting speed, so keep it at 12. Field command, uneven points are actually worth it nowadays, I guess. I personally don't like Blade Barrier on this build. I mean, Blade Barrier can be a decent like panic button on, I would say, generally cooldown based builds. Also, you don't even have anything to proc this with, right? Like, you went all in on offense here. And, yeah, I would probably... You need to get some defense from, like, your devotions. You need to get either something like Ghoul or, at the very least, Turtle. But I think Ghoul is probably better for this. Because you don't want to have to use Blade Barrier. You want to be able to face tank and then like proc a devotion to like whenever you're like in a dire situation, you want like that devotion to proc for you and then make you able to deal more damage and leech back. Because Blade Barrier, I don't know, it's you will deal no damage while this is up, right? So it's kinda the build is just OA maxing, it feels like. I mean, 5k OA is impressive, but I think it might be OA maxing too much. And you don't have enough like raw damage from like Nether Edge, for example. But then again, I'm not sure, like I have not played this. I mean, I have played a build like this in the past, but it's been a long time since I played this. Did he take Minier as well? No, he's all around raging. Which is also why he has like such high away. Like this is like this build in general is in my opinion like already kinda glass cannony. And this specific spec that you made of this build is Giga Glass Cannon. But then again, I'm also like judging it from a hardcore perspective at least. I mean, this would probably die in hardcore very quickly and then you would never play the build ever again. But it will be good damage. It would be even better damage if you had more points in Nether Edge probably. I mean, I don't want to use this item, right? I want to use this one, ideally, but... I have so much HP already, like, it's crazy. The FXs on this are so bad though, so I'll still sell it, because if I do use this, it's gonna be one that has better FXs. Plus to do Wendigo Totem. That's nice actually. And a lot more armor. Sure, I'll lose some Aetheress, but I'm like 6 overcapped. Going down to like 76 on normal is not too bad. It's okay, it's acceptable. I also probably want to actually play Mark the Traveler, right? There we go. I was running around like a turtle all the time. Okay. Speak to Inquisitor created 4 icon. We can still do the Halberd farming. Says the washed up hardcore streamer.
Need something broken down?
You're not entirely wrong. Not that wrong, even. Okay, so we could either go for Spear, or go for Ultos, or go for Tempest next. Or take something like Ghoul, maybe. Like Ghoul into Ultos. Would be pretty smooth progression. I guess. Is Water the best option for easy one button Reckoning build? Actually, now that you can use Warcry while spinning, I think Warlord is significantly more attractive than it was in the past, for our reckoning. In the past I would have said no, but now, maybe actually yes.
Got something you need stashed?
100% no, you would still say? I'm not so sure anymore, actually.
Keep an eye out.
Okay, let's go with Ghoul Ultos. I think that's pretty good.
What troubles you?
Damage seems fine for now, and I mean we're gonna get more damage by simply getting a better weapon and so on. I probably want to get to Fort Icon first, though. Because I'm gonna be doing a very short, quick detour into the Fangs of Asakarn Act, up to the Kern Hold. I will remind you guys once more on stream when I'm actually gonna go there, and then if you guys wanna see no spoilers, you can mute the stream or like not watch the stream for a little bit and then come back later. It's probably gonna take around like 20 minutes or like maybe half an hour max whenever I do enter Astakarn. And why I wanna go there? I mean, stay tuned. How many days to complete one character, you mean? It depends. If you're talking about like fresh start, you have no items, you have nothing, right? And it's gonna take you like probably like around... And if you know the game, it's gonna take you like 20 hours to max level. If you don't know the game, it's gonna take you like double of that at least. And to get all the items for like a perfect build on top of that, I mean, it depends on your RNG, I guess, but it's gonna take a while. And if you are somebody who has really like played the game before, right, and you have like all the speed leveling gear and so on ready, then leveling a new character from level 1 to 94 is gonna take like no more than 5 hours usually, maybe 6. Like leveling outs in this game is very, very fast if you know how to and you have the items for it. It's super fast. How long does it take to complete Fangs of Astakarn? The same as my mouth. I would say it's a little bit longer. I mean, area-wise, the new expansion is as big as Fangs of Astakarn. I mean, Fangs of Astakarn is as big as Ashes of My Mouth and Forgotten Gods together, like area-wise. I would say Quest and City is a little bit lower than like the two of those together though, so... I mean, how long is it gonna take you? Depends if you're just talking about like main quest or like main quest plus all side quests plus or main quest plus all side quests plus all secrets. It can definitely like take a different amount of time depending on like what you're doing exactly. I would say like for like a normal playthrough, say like main campaign of like the main or like most of the side quests, it's gonna be like longer than Ashes of My Mouth, but maybe a little bit shorter than like AOM and Forgotten Gods together. Maybe say like Ashes of My Mouth and then maybe the first part of Forgotten Gods all the way to Vanguard on top of that. But yeah, more or less like that. Any items to go along with Ochre set for leveling? I do have a video, I think on YouTube as well, called like Speed Leveling Grim Dawn in 2025 or something like that. Which, I mean, it is 2026 already now, but It is still accurate. And I do hover over, well, like I do mention a couple of items to go alongside the low-car set there in that video. Fanatics overcoat is pretty nice, honestly. I mean, sure, I will lose like plus 50 oak skin, pierce resistance. I would gain total speed and health. And a little bit more chaos rush. Ooh, the oak skin points are actually huge resistances, aren't they?
Tinkering is my specialty. Be safe out
Yeah, the new expansion also has secrets that I've never seen myself. Like, I'm sure of it, probably. Like, I've discovered some of them, of course, but definitely not all yet.
I sense turmoil within you. Farewell.
You can't buy it yet? Well, because it's coming out on July 23rd, and there's no pre-purchase. Dude, oak skin is just so good, like, what the heck. Two premium resistance types that you're getting, Pierce and Aether. It's really, really nice. The stream hasn't died yet. Did I sacrifice something to the internet gods? Yeah. I finally found the issue for like all the DCs I had in the past. And the issue was a actual faulty, what's it called? Like the hardware part where you put your LAN cable in, like LAN cable controller, whatever it's called. LAN port. On my PC's end, actually. Not modem. Not router or modem. It was like on my actual PC. Ethernet hole, yeah. How did I find that out? By basically ruling out everything else and testing literally everything that you can test. Ethernet port, yeah, I think that's what it's called. So now, I bought a like $5 Ethernet cable to USB adapter, and I use my USB port for my internet, and now it's working. Oh well. Could have had that fixed like a long time ago already, I guess, but I
Put it to good use.
scuffed. Why did I go back? I forgot why I went back. Jesus Christ. Just buy a new PC. Just buy a new motherboard. Yeah. I mean, you could also just buy a new motherboard. sure. The one time switching cable to Wi-Fi would have helped. It would have, if I had a Wi-Fi card. But I don't want to have a Wi-Fi card in my like stationary computer. Like, why the fuck would I need that? I guess it would have helped, like, in that one situation, though. You have no physical drive nor a Wi-Fi option for a $3K PC, what? I mean, if you built it yourself and it was your choice, okay, fine. If it was, like, pre-built, then what the fuck? Mystic of Shattered Reality, Oh, Shattered Reality is a Aether Chaos damage suffix, but it also gives me chaos resistance, doesn't it? I mean, I would still lose some though. Okay, maybe it is finally time to get rid of the cold stone. You make your PCs like you make your PoE builds, nice.
Specialty. Bring me back something interesting. Be safe out there.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Alright guys, after this, I'm gonna run into the fangs of Astakarnak a little bit, just a little bit. Up to the current hold, and also to get like maybe an item that can be helpful here. So if you don't want to get spoilered, feel free to mute the stream and like minimize it for, I would say, like 20 minutes, maybe like half an hour. You can come back in like half an hour or 20 minutes.
Good. Good. Precisely.
But if you have been here for the
Just a few days ago.
dev stream as well, then you already know this part of the act already anyway. A current opportunity. Yo, Ghost of History, Workman. Hello, hello. Oh, I told him. Give me that totem. Well, new item. You wanna have an item spoiler as well? Alright, here you go. Hey Naomi, welcome. There is a 200 spear here. 200 pierce damage spear. With bonuses to dual blades, belgo shears and shattering smash. Now you're like, what? None of those skills can be used by a two-hander. Which is true, unless you play this two-hander. Whenever an item gives you skill modifiers to skills that usually wouldn't be able to be used by that damage, like that item type rather, that means that this item enables you to use that skill. Not picking up lore notes? Yeah, we're leaving some spoilers for people to figure out themselves, right? Also, if you guys are wondering, this is not in-game music, I'm still playing my playlist, so... Thanks if Asakarn does have music, but it's different to the one that I'm playing right now. You're nervous, welcome.
Ah, I've been expecting you, human.
Yo, Marlewando, thanks so much for the sub, I appreciate the support. Welcome into the Bloomers. To the ice ground, holy schmoly. Oh shit, I guess we're unlocking achievements now as well. Guess we're doing achievements. Whoops. Are the DLCs worth it? I should make a command for that. Do I get anything from the hidden path on the other difficulties?
I will not be. I will not.
What do you mean? Oh my
I
god,
will-
I can't click it.
I will.
I will not, I will not, I will not. I will not. What's the teleport skill? I'm using the Vanish movement relic from Forgotten Gods, which you can get at like level 20-ish, like whenever you... Like after defeating Warden Creek in Act 1, you can just do the very first Fangs of Astakarn, I mean Forgotten Gods rather, the very first Forgotten Gods quest. And then you get yourself a movement augment. And then you can use whatever movement skill you want, like for example the Vanish teleport. For extra skill points, you only need to do Hidden Path and Ultimate, because completing Hidden Path and Ultimate is gonna give you all the rewards from Normal and Elite as well. So you only have to do Hidden Path once, only in Ultimate. With all the DLCs, yes. Grim Dawn DLCs are 1,000,000,000% worth it if you like the game. Is Rebozo too hot? Is it really like that hot again? I mean, yeah, it's pretty hot. Pretty sweaty. I should like start my fan again. My ventilator at least. Zap, 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 zap. These boys are diving. Okay, wait, I need even more PS rest now? Wait, what happened? Did I lose even more PS and Aether? Okay. Let's go with Stormcaller's Pact next. Finally. The fan you ordered should arrive at some point between 2 weeks ago until next week. Yes. Yo, Siaiba. I got arcaned, what the fuck? Dude, how far north are these guys? Oh yeah, there's 2 rivers, right?
Watch yourself out there, lowlander.
Lowlander. Alright, let's not forget about the shrine here. Would you recommend playing Fangs of Hastakar on a completed character ultimate or a fresh start? I mean, both is gonna be fun. Depends what you wanna do. I would personally say, like, for the full experience, maybe rather than a fresh start first. But that is honestly, like, entirely up to you. I mean, it's gonna be fun either way. I always feel like natural, like, fresh start is a bit more of a, like, natural, like, progression experience, in my opinion. Like, doing it in Ultimate is gonna like heavily depend on like what character you have, right? If you have like a giga decked out character, then it might be too easy. But you could also play it on Ascendant mode right away if you have a max level character, right? You could play Ascendant mode. But then maybe that's gonna be too hard for you because you have no idea like how hard Ascendant mode is at that point, right? So hard to tell, to be fair. If you do fresh start, you can level with the new items, and you could also level with the new class, yes. How to experience the content? You wait until July 23rd, then you buy Fangs of Hastakar for $18.99 or whatever it's gonna be in your currency. But I mean, with regional pricing enabled, it's probably gonna be a bit less for you. Rust Plume Mantles. Smork. He's mad. Dude, Shaman with all the free lifesteal, it's just so good now. And the totem. My damage is really not great right now though, I gotta say. He is truly mad.
You wield strange magics, Lowlander, that take my current hold.
The Kern hold. The Kern hole. Crew designs and new affix? I think so, yeah. There's quite a few like new affixes. Warum nicht jetzt release? Release the expansion now?
We're under attack!
Monka. Welcome to Spoiler Town. Yeah, if you guys don't want spoilers, leave now and come back in like maybe 20 minutes. Or half an hour. 20 minutes probably should be enough. We're only doing the stuff that has been shown in the dev stream though, of course. Like, there's not gonna be any additional spoilers. So if you have been here for the developer stream as well, you can stay, because there's not gonna be like any additional spoilers. Yeah. Thanks for the raid, Ahmekar. See you around. Hope you had a good one. Would be interesting to see FOA changes how FOA changes regular leveling and if it makes it faster. Yeah, it would be interesting indeed. I don't think it's gonna like make regular leveling any faster really. Personally. It might make speed leveling faster, who knows. I mean, probably it will be doing that. Yeah, we will see, we will see. I still have only a level 20 weapon, right? I need to get my Corvin heathered. But first, let me get another item here from this next area. And also let me enable like the potion cauldron. Jesus, that's an ancient meme. Just now I found the ancient meme in my commands. Ooh, a totem. Okay. What do we have here? White Lord's Shoulder Guards. Chaos Bleed. With cold to chaos conversion. And we got the necro weapon. Look at this bad boy, it's so cool. Like a mini Death Knight item. Ooh, ah. Yes, wow. Exactly. Hi, do I like World of Warcraft? No. The music is good though. World of Warcraft Classic is good. Yeah, I don't have any nostalgia for it. Like, I've never played World of Warcraft. Okay, the most World of Warcraft I've ever played in my game, I mean, in my life rather, was 1 week. Played one of those, like, 3 weekends at some point. And I was like, okay, this is kind of fun for like 5 minutes, and then it starts becoming boring. This is what, like, my experience. But maybe I should have played, like, Hardcore Classic or something like that. I liked Warcraft 3 though. I liked Warcraft 3 a lot. And I liked Dota. I mean, to chill, I guess it's a pretty nice game to chill, yeah. Maybe I'll grow to like... Okay, I have to tell you one story, guys. So, a couple months ago I had like an injury on my foot and I had to go to like physiotherapy after that. I'm still going sometimes. And I found out my physiotherapist, who's like... He's probably like 60. He plays World of Warcraft. And so last time I was at his place, I told him that I am also like streaming and doing YouTube. And... well, now I have another subscriber. It's kind of funny. I don't know if he's watching live, probably not, but I mean, he did subscribe on my YouTube at least. Our main game is Grim Dawn, yeah. Building connections IRL because of Grim Dawn, yeah. Raven Warlock, is it good? So like a pet Warlock? I mean, pet Warlock can work for a while. For endgame, it's not gonna be the best though. And then he unsubbed because I was disrespectful towards older people. Really? Really? Wait, didn't I get some Stormplume shoulders? Oh yeah, this one. Consecrated Stormplume Mantle of Thunder. Look at this one. +3 Maelstrom? Holy. Holy. Log in now. Well, if you're playing a Wind Devil build at least. Also got a Starfire. Good for Trozen builds, I guess. The Sith build... oh shit, it has Raging Tempest +3, doesn't it? And attack speed, so even though it's like pierce and cold damage based, it might still be good for Primal Strike, to be fair. That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I kinda cannot resist here. Yeah, attack speed is juicy. On the other hand, like, attack speed is just gonna make me, like, out of energy faster right now. I'm gonna craft an Arcane Spark soon. Not a boomer safe space. To be fair, nobody is safe here, right? Zoomers aren't safe, Gen Z is not safe, Gen Y is not safe, Millennials aren't safe. Wait, that's Gen Y, right? Boomers aren't safe, nobody's safe here. Everybody gets made fun of equally, usually. According to some people, it's not that equal, but... I am safe here. Adios Ocelot is safe here. Are you safe though? I'm not sure. Do you feel safe in my chat? I mean, I guess Adios, you're safer here than you are in the forums, so... there's that. You are safer here than on the forums. You're still not unbanned on the forums, right? You're still banned since like 5 years now, at least. That's cool. Oh shit, we got an item. Alvaric's Rebuke. We're doing that classic like pre-Forgotten Gods Primal Strike progression. We're doing Falcon's Claw, which I didn't get, into Wildcaller Decapitator, into Alvaric's Rebuke, into Black Legion's Sword, right? Maybe we're doing that. But I mean, seriously, this one is actually a good blue item for Primal Strike, if you don't have the other item from Forgotten Gods, which you should have at this point. I'm just being lazy and I'm not farming it. But sir, how can I play this build with all these blue items? Don't you need to find them randomly? I mean, just get the green one instead, right? Just target farm the green one instead if you are unlucky with these blue items. Just farm the green monster frequent instead. I mean, this would be so cool, but like I can't because I need even more Chaos Rush. So it's a no-go for now. It is not gonna go.
Well spent.
Alright.
Need something broken down?
Never went there again post-ban. Fair, I guess.
Safe out
Alright. Okay. Time for more Icebound Passage. And also, with +2 to all skills in Shaman now, it's gonna be quite huge, honestly. 17k damage now. That's nice. Until what level is it recommended to use local set for leveling? Until level 94. Hell yeah, we're zapping. Big zaps. Five blue items staring, aren't we? Alright. Time for one green item though. Time to kill the boss in this area here. On Error Keep. Dodge his thunder. And then maybe also like dodge this attack. Monka. Monka, monka, monka. And then he's gonna drop the White Lord helmet. I think the affixes aren't that great, but let's see. Now why do we want to play this? Because it has +3 torrent and it has 70% weapon damage to Primal Strike. And if any new player ever needed even more reasons to go with a Lightning Primal Strike Water, it also has 35 flat resistance reduction on field command, making the use or like the need of Elemental Storm gone, right? Like it does, you don't need Elemental Storm if you play field command, which is yeah, I mean, pretty darn good. The problem is the affixes are absolute trash, so let me get to the next waypoint and then I'll refarm this guy real quick. At least this is a, like, boss drop, so it's always going to be 100% and you don't need to play veteran, you can play it on normal, you can get it instantly. It's not going to be as hard to get as the Halberd from Forgotten Gods. Primal Strike finally playable, yeah. It was surely such a bad skill in the past. Where's the helmet with like 70% weapon damage to Kaiser's Tempest crate? Huh? Hello? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, let me actually go to Kern Hold first. Yeah, CT is pretty hot garbonzo still right now. I feel like CT is hot garbage at any point in the game, honestly. Like, even endgame is nothing... I mean, sure, it's decently playable in endgame. But I can't think of a single reason why, like, CT is actually better than, like, any other, like, good endgame build. Doesn't really have any, like, thing that makes it stand out at all, I think, personally. If I was to rework a mastery in Grim Dawn, I think number one mastery to rework would be Arcanist. Not gonna lie. I mean, Arcanist can be great the way it is right now. And endgame, of course, not like the class is bad, but there's so many things that are kind of scuffed about Arcanist, in my opinion. Like, more so than with any other class.
Hello.
Hello. I mean, it's just... You have skills like Olexa's Flash Freeze and Keller's Tempest, which have some like very weird overlap in terms of like AoE. But OFF is supposed to be like... I don't know, I guess like there for resistance reduction too, but it doesn't apply against bosses. And then you have some things like... Mirror of Eruptes giving you like full like absorb even at like 1 point already. I don't know, in my opinion like it's a little scuffed in multiple ways. Like it's not bad, but it's kind of scuffed. What? No, it's a 70% weapon damage to Promise Strike. It's the same as like any other weapon damage modifier. You know, I could have reworked Arcanist by giving Arcanist a teleport and by giving it Frozen Orb and then like merging Kalidor's Tempest so that Kalidor's Tempest also freezes, for example.
Your presence.
Maybe Frozen Orb also like freezing enemies. Okay, I'm only gonna like get the portal here and hand in this quest here.
Hello there.
And talk to
Something
Herb Tender and Dala.
Something.
So we get the quadrant unlocked. And then we upgrade the potions real quick. And that's it. Now I'm gonna reset to refarm the helmet. And then after that we are out of spoiler territory here and we're going back to the other acts. That sound prolonging when you're going to the next area is a little weird. Not gonna lie. Okay, this Tempest could also be like Pangs of Astakarn every time. Like, oh yeah, like it could like generate stacks, right? Kind of like Savagery does and so on, and every time you, like per stack, you get more area. That would be cool. Indeed, indeed. And it wouldn't really work for cooldown Kelder's Tempest, but it's okay. Why am I fighting these Yetis? Like, what the fuck am I doing? I just need to fight the one guy. Oh my god. City's main issue is damage, though. Yeah, I mean, damage-wise, the skill just needs like a numeric buff. That's all. That's what it really needs. Whee! I don't think it needs double the damage, but it does need a bit more damage for sure. Oh shit, he can also spin. Okay, Insulating of Thunder at least has like additional lightning damage. It's Fire Rest, oh my god, it's so bad. Like losing all of this Chaos Stress once again, man. Looks kinda neat though. Am I happy with this? Am I really happy with this? Is it good enough? It's not really that high investment to reform this guy real quick. The timeline in order is base game, then AOM, then FOA, then Forgotten Gods, yeah. The lore accurate timeline is like that. I already made a post, a feedback post saying like, sure, the gateway animation is cool and all, but having it play every single time and having the sound play every single time is a bit too much. But I guess they ignored my feedback. Or they didn't ignore it, but they were like, well, we're keeping it anyway. Match is gonna be big hype, man. Big hype. You're doing a Bleed Dervish pushing base campaign. That's nice. Whee! That's a pretty nice Shadow Strike they can do here, actually. Very nice. Oh, we can kind of facing through it. Destruction. Wait. Did he not? Oh, he dropped the shoulders instead. I mean, these are actually +3 to Storm Surge as well. I mean, that's pretty good too. Wait, this is another Prime Strike item, isn't it? What? That's insane. It's PTR, but the P stands for private, not public. Okay, I just want to kill the elite zombie. The heroes. Hope for some good drops there, and of course we're always doing the totem as well. There's no reason to not do the totems. Okay, this cave, if the boss doesn't only drop the helmet but also like these shoulders, insane Prime Strike gear that you can get here. It's absolutely nuts. What the fuck, dude? Crazy. Sounds like something low tier that Blizzard would do. I just think it's like, I mean, it's great to have it play once. And it sounds nice the first time you have it, etc, etc. But like... Monka. Okay, now if you're sundered, you have to actually like dodge this. Like otherwise we just die here. Vigorous of Scorched Ends. Wait, what does it drop like? Double fire epics us back to back. I mean, 2 is not a big sample size, but it kind of makes me think like it might have like the wrong affinity. What's the oldest patch that is still acceptable to copy? Or build? Honestly, it depends on the build more so than on the patch. I mean, everything that's like patch 1.2 or newer, I think should be good. Everything that's older than that will heavily depend on the build. I'm just using a good old Avaric's Rebuke from like vanilla base game Grim Dawn, because I still didn't bother properly farming the Halberd from Forgotten Gods, which obviously would be better. But I mean, this is okay too, honestly, for now. Okay, I mean, I don't need any of this, do I? Oh, Thunder Touch Bracers maybe, actually. Hold on. These are pretty good too. Ah, they're good, yes. We gotta use them. They're too good. They are too good. Oh, Fallen Skies, okay. I think we're playing this. Seems good enough to me. Okay, let's just hand in this rock feather quest real quick, and then I think we're out of this area. No more spoilers then. Yeah, we're gonna be clapping some big cheeks now with this Promise Strike. I told you earlier, like, maybe Promise Strike is weaker than before, right? Because it did feel a little weaker in Act 1, but I mean... It's also this item, it's just a lightning item. It's better for tricksters though. Alright. You're always like 5 levels higher than me whenever you're doing fresh start compared to me. It's just about like efficient pathing and efficient questing and... Yeah, I mean I've played this game for over 8,000 hours, so... If I didn't know where to go it would be sad. Are we getting updated controls next week? I think so, maybe? I don't know when exactly, but probably at some point next week. Okay, so let me equip what I want to equip, right? I want to equip these, I want to equip the helmet, and I probably want to equip, not the Chaos one, but this one as well. Now we have to fix resistances. My Chaos is absolutely terrible. My Poison is okay. Okay, do I need more Leech? I got 5% from Ghoul now. And I have another 6% from Blood Pact, so I don't really need more Leech, right? So instead of the Leech component, we could play the attack speed component, consecrate the wrappings, because it also gives you Chaos resistance on top of that, which is very convenient. The poison rest is a tiny bit of a problem. That is a lot of blues, it is a lot of blues, but you don't need any of those blues really. You can play this without any of the blues. I guess it is a lot of blues for somebody who usually like says that like blue items are trash, which they usually are. And I mean this build would be better with a green item instead of a blue item. At least with a specific green item. Okay, I think I might be... hold on. Ramblebot Amulet, +1 to all skills to Shaman. I mean... I keep saying blue items are trash, but... I keep equipping blue items on this build. I guess we're doing blue items then. Let's throw this away. I guess we keep on doing blue items. The new component storage is so nice, yeah, I agree. It really is very nice. Out.
Give you a good price on what I've got left. See you around. See anything you like? See you around.
Okay, and now I just need what? I need... items are so tiny in Grim Dawn, are they? You can just increase your UI size, then they're bigger, I think. Where blue Primal Strike sets, the white color set. I was using the weapon actually earlier.
Scrap metal.
Okay, let's get a second. What the fuck? Second skilled hide. Since I kinda don't need Pierce Thrust right now. Okay.
Don't get killed out there.
So yeah. We have 19 of 16 here, 20 of 12 here, and 21 out of 12 here. This is pretty nuts. This is pretty nuts. My DPS went from 10k like 5 levels ago to 23k. Okay. Okay. Alright, welcome back to spoiler-free content, I guess, apart from the new items that I'm wearing. Okay, okay, these guys just insta-die now. More spoilers? There's no more spoilers here. You can unmute now. Bill doesn't only clap, it thunderclaps. It's totally thunderclaps. Die, human.
Hollow victory.
Is Necromancer Berserker a good combination? Yeah. Yes, yes. Should be really good for core damage. At least. Maybe even for other damage chance as well. Wait, this item is for, what, Shaman Oathkeeper. Interesting. You don't have to play an Oathkeeper with us, of course. You really don't. There is multiplayer, but it's like very old school, peer-to-peer. This is like a early 2000s game for multiplayer. The game is best enjoyed as a single-player solo self-hunt experience. And I think for that, like single-player SSF, it is arguably maybe even the best RPG there is. But yeah, for like multiplayer or trading and so on, it's not really that great. Life regen meta gonna stay as it was before. I don't think life regen is that great right now. Like, sure, there are some builds that can use life regen pretty decently, but overall I would say life regen is a lot weaker now than it was like a couple patches ago. Maybe still stronger than it was like 5 years ago or 10 years ago, but it depends. I think it's overall, I think like health regen is probably in a fair spot now, as in it's good on the builds that heavily invest into it, but otherwise it's not like that special, which is probably like where it should be. And if you want to play like slow and defensive, then like slower and more defensive you play, the better it becomes. But for like min-maxing, especially like damage min-maxing, it's always going to be like a little weaker, or like most of the time it's going to be a little weaker than Leech, for example. And I think that's honestly a good spot for it to be in, because Leech is usually dependent on, like, first of all, min-maxing properly, and second of all, like, it does have a risk to it. Yo, Capiche, welcome in. Okay, like, it only says 24k DPS here, but it feels like it's more than that. I don't know why. Like, 24k doesn't seem like it should be that much. I mean, okay, for level 40 it's maybe a lot. Kind of like comparing to level 60 numbers, maybe. I think Reek Supply was like hitting 100k at like level 60, which is absolutely insane. Okay, time for Stormcaller's Pact, finally. Reg, you will be so proud. I just went out and bought yourself a pickling jar so I can make your own sauerkraut. Holy. You're an actual sauerkraut enjoyer, aren't you? I would probably never do that in my life ever. But yeah, I'm proud of you. Sounds good. Hand over your German passport. Yeah, you're more German than me, it seems like.
Put it to good use.
Fuck! I fucked up the portal again. It's already like happened to me last time. This is what I'm getting for not being a true German, I guess. Okay, let's walk here. The walk of shame. The walk of fake German. Real Germans in chat making their own sauerkraut? Yeah, except he's British. He's not even German. He's an Englishman. Can you say something in fake German? I think my fake German can never be as good as Al Kaiser's fake German. That was funny as hell. The British and Germans still have beef. Only when we were playing football, otherwise we're all good, all Gucci. Ich eine Fachendeutsche, what? Everybody has beef with the British. True. True. It's almost as if like trying to conquer the entire world is not gonna make you friends. That many at least. German vocab was about 2 words, I could tell, yeah. I obviously understand that you're trying to do like fake German. But even if I like tried super hard to make sense of what you're trying to say, I would not be able to like make any sense out of it at all. German adverts are global imperial oppressionist bodies. Yeah, we kind of were late to the party though, and then got absolutely wrecked anyway, so... Too late. Am I 100% German? I mean, what is 100% German even? What qualifies as 100% German? You switched from 200 melee to 200 ranged for Primal Strike. Made it feel better for you. Yeah, we're probably gonna do that as well, honestly, like once we get the Ugenborg Spark Thrower. Dude, Spark Thrower with these... It's gonna be completely ridiculous. Completely redonkulous, dude. Sauerkraut is great. It's okay. I mean, I eat sauerkraut like once a year, maybe. It's like delicious the one time a year that I eat it. You used to make your own sauerkraut too? Wait, what? How's everybody doing sauerkraut on their own? You're not even German either, Scatterbrain. What? That's funny. That is actually funny. It's like free food. I mean, there's many things that are basically free food, yeah. Doesn't have to be sauerkraut. I think I use more kraut per year to make okonomiyaki than I used to make sauerkraut. That's how German I am. Yeah, confirmed. You've never had okonomiyaki? It's pretty good. And you can make it yourself too. What a weeb. I know, right, I know. I'm not a weeb, what do you mean? You made some miso and tempura today? Oh, nice. I haven't made miso in a long time, actually. I'm lazy with that shit. Harvard has a free course in fermenting. They teach sauerkraut there. I mean, to be fair, there's some courses for that at my uni as well, I think. Maybe we should do the fermenting course. Miso is mid. I wouldn't put miso in S tier either. It also depends a lot on like who's making the miso. Like miso can be very hit or miss. Good miso's pretty darn good though. Isn't sauerkraut just poor man's kimchi? Mild kimchi. It's basically the same, just different. My real name or my channel abbreviation? Just use the channel.
Good, you're
name.
back.
Hype or not hype for 2 range?
Yeah, welcome in Frosty Dark. 200 ranged Primal Strike. Log in. It wasn't ever strong enough for you? I mean, just put more miso then. Like in the soup. Maybe whoever made it for you just watered it down too much. Like you can make it have a pretty strong taste. If you want that. You blame me for not pushing hard enough. To be fair, I've tested 0 200 range builds, so I didn't get any feedback. I didn't test a single one, I think. Like personally, there's other people that have, but not me. Yeah, we can all hear the notifications. Both myself as well as you. I think I fixed pretty much everything about my stream now, apart from it being good maybe, but... What did you ask, Garcia? I used a Chronos Lokar as a Shadow Strike build as a reference for Devotion. Who? Wait, who's a Chrono? Yeah, I have no idea then what you're talking about. I mean, you can post the Grim Tools if you want to. You can post the link, then I know what you're talking about. Can you show the item spoiler? Which one? What I'm wearing right now, or...? Corona. I've actually never heard of the guy. He must be new to the game, kind of. Joined 2023. Okay, he's somewhat recent. Oh yeah, Chaos Shadow Strike Witch Hunter. Played this in non-hardcore. Wait, what? Oh, and then there's a hardcore one as well. Wait, well, that's Chaos. I mean, it seems like he's making decent builds, to be fair. Seems alright to me. I only see like minor debatable things, like using Giant on a Chaos Leech build. It's probably not something I would do. Was he playing Hourglass? Wait, what? Wait, what is he playing Hourglass for? Oh, he's going for full reset stuff. That's why he's also like playing the Bloodlord Blades, I guess. Right, so like this, I'm just looking at this build right now. It's not an acid one, it's like a chaos one. But he's using like double chance to reset swords, and then also Hourglass on top of that. I mean, it's interesting. I've never seen anybody, I think, do it like that exactly. And I guess it's working. I mean, he killed Kala on hardcore with that, so can't be that bad. Kinda hope these mods, these swords get more mods. I mean, let's see, maybe he... no, here's the other one, here's the fire one. Like, Bloodlord Thelonous, right? This guy right here drops the weapon that that build was using. But he can drop two different ones. He can drop a fire one and a chaos one, and... well, by the fire animation on his sword that he was wielding, you can really, like, tell that it's gonna be the fire one. Which is the wrong one. If of Scorching Thus. Okay, time for Logorian. Let's see how we fare against good old Logussi, who got also gear buffed. I should use my energy potions today. Okay, it's not too bad. Okay, that's pretty fucking bad though. Jesus Christ. Yeah, energy is kind of killing me here. I need to craft... yeah, I forgot to craft Arcane Spark. I need to still do that ASAP. Arcane Spark. Arcane Spark is what you gotta do. What you gotta play. Smack, smack, okay. Wait, what about his Thunder attack? His Thunder Bite? I mean, I guess he sundered me once. I think I was using it more often last patch. Or like last hotfix, whatever. Oh well, not too bad. Hey, we got the same build I already have, just empowered. For level 50, I mean, that's pretty good. Also gives you Chaos Rest, which is absolutely perfect. That's funny. Seems like smoother progression than you would expect, maybe. Have you ever considered making Algrim a Celestial boss? Not yet.
You've returned. So our great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy.
Tragedy.
See anything you like?
Alright, let me clean up some quests. I think I'm gonna do AOM like next stream. So yeah, no Ruby Towel coming from my mouth this time around. Not yet. Okay, maybe I should go Udenborg next, actually. Just skip the Halberd from Forgotten Gods, or like, fuck the Halberd. We just go Spark Thrower right away. Reworked green sets? What do you mean there's no green sets? Do you mean blue sets? You mean awakened blues? Awakened blues are gonna come with Fangs of Astakarn, yeah. Alright, pretty decent face tanker
I've
here.
been expecting you, human.
You're right, 70. Thanks so much for the sub. Subbing with Prime before following. That's a true Giga Chad right there. Like a true Chad. Alright, Rune Card of Thunder. Honestly, I'm pretty lucky here. It's a pretty nice, like, affixes. It requires level 55 though. Is a Spark Thrower better than the Storm Halberd? I mean, depends what you wanna do. But I would say, on average, yes. It might not necessarily be like more raw damage, but first of all you're ranged and not melee, so you're a lot safer. And second of all, you have some pass through on Prime Strike, which means all the lightning is gonna like chain on multiple targets back and forth all the time, right? So at least it's better AoE for trash, I would say, than the melee one. Especially because the Halberd doesn't exist normal. I mean, it does exist, but it's kind of annoying to farm, yeah. Kind of annoying. Can you pass me any Jigs I build? Like for leveling or endgame? I can pass you the one I played on stream like a couple months ago or weeks ago. Which is not endgame yet, but already has like pretty much everything you need for leveling, I think. Which you can like go, like with that setup, just like with keeping upgrading your items. You can go all the way to 100 at least and like early endgame. Let me see. Where is it? Occultus is like arguably one of the most busted, not gonna lie. Yeah, like this is pretty busted and has 0 items. 0 items from Ashes of Mammoth even. And it's absolutely busted. Oh, it even has like +1 skill too many in Drixie Eye right now. Whoops. And I forgot to put components on my pants even. Whoops. Shitting my pants as I mesh my head. Literally. Alright, I just got like a couple more Caesar bindings here and do the totem and then I'm out of here. And then we can do the SLT quest maybe with Calderos. Oh yeah, Megami Infini did a like record-breaking speedrun on the Drixie Occultus as well. So whatever he was running is probably pretty good too. Is it viable to clear all content?
Let's see what's
Yes.
left of my wares.
If you're struggling against some bosses, you can always take the transmuter, like the green crystal in Drixie Eye, to convert it into a like nuke with a cooldown, and then it makes it a lot easier for you to like kite around,
Iron well
or like
spent.
bosses that you cannot Haste tank with a spam Drixie would I. Oh, yeah, let me talk to Brotherman Bill on top of the hill here. On top of the stairs at least. Level 77, then your PC went poof. New one will arrive on Monday.
May the
Well, at least you have a new one arriving. That's nice. Alright, been there, done that. We did like all of these quests basically earlier when I was running through the Blood Grove and related areas. Alright, and now we're just gonna kill the Necromancer, right? These Sacred Ashes. And I also want to do the SOT quest, because there's at least a shrine down in SOT, which is nice. Is there any love for Flames of Ignafar and Flames of Agnafar? Fangs of Astakarn? Flames of Astakarn. Flames of Astakarn is gonna buff the Fangs of Ignafar, yeah. True and real. There are some items, yes. There's some gear. There's gonna be probably items giving onslaught stacks to Ignafar, so they can like... What the fuck? So you can like charge onslaught stacks while using Ignafar and then like expand them on like another skill as well if you want to. I'm not sure if there's as much love for Ignafar as there is for Aether Ray though, actually. I think Aether is gonna get some pretty cool stuff. Like even better stuff. If you are a channeling skill enjoyer at least. What do I think of your Chaos Sentinel build? The HP looks dangerously low. And you can probably get a bit more HP by using more green items instead of going full legendary. Or maybe like changing devotions a bit, I don't know. What devos do you have? I mean, they're full aggressive devos. Which can work if you have enough HP from other sources. I mean, damage is probably gonna be insane on this build, but I would doubt it's gonna survive Ascendant mode with that HP, to be fair. You need it like a bit more than that. Highest damage you dealt was like 3.6 mil. That's pretty good, yeah. I dare to say that for Ascendant mode you probably want like 20k HP usually, or maybe like 18k, 17. Depends on the build a bit, of course. Like depends on like what kind of other defenses you have and what kind of percent absorption you have, but like absolute minimum should be 15k, I think, and if you can get above 20k, it's a lot nicer than being at 12k only. It's a shield build. I mean, the shield is not doing much on that. That's Pyria. Shield and Void Soul with your devotions and your class is not doing a lot. It's kind of a cosmetic shield. Like, you use a shield because you use it to attack with Ages of Men here. That's like the only reason you have a shield in that build. Otherwise, it's not really a shield build. The percent... You mean like the percent attack damage converted to health stuff, for example? Like the stuff that you have from Blood Pact. So if it's on a buff, on a global buff, it will just be added to your second page here, which will translate it to lifesteal. So I have Ghoul right now, so like Ghoul gives me some of this like global, and then if I use this one, it's gonna give me like another buff, right? This Blood Pact buff is gonna give me another 6%. So I have 11% lifesteal now. And this number here only affects skills that have percent weapon damage. So something like Primal Strike will leech of that, like with that, Savagery will leech with that, but other skills will not. And something that is like Sigil though, which has it built into the skill, will leech even though it doesn't have any weapon damage. And for Energy Leech, it's literally the same. So Energy Leech, for example, where is it? For example, Viper has like 10% energy absorbed from enemy spells. I mean, okay, that's like enemy spells that you absorb. But also has like 50% chance of 36 Energy Leech over 2 seconds, right? This is also like a global buff that's added to your weapon damage, so only skills that have percent weapon damage can use that. Yeah. If your spell is not using any weapon damage, then it will never trigger the Viper's Leech. Is over time? I mean, it doesn't matter if it's over time or not. Okay, he's back to full. GG. Okay. That's why I didn't deal that much damage, because he was using the non-physical offhand. If he has the other offhand, the physical offhand, he does a lot more damage. Which is a little ridiculous. But oh well. Correct me if I'm wrong, I can apply bleed damage from multiple sources at a time, but only one of those sources can have weapon damage. I mean, multiple of them can have weapon damage, but only the one with the highest percent weapon damage is gonna like apply the highest bleed. Like your global like flat bleed, weapon damage based bleed, whatever you want to call it. Something like the source, like the 90 bleed damage here for Implements of War, for example. This kind of weapon damage is gonna be added to weapon damage. I mean, this kind of bleeding damage rather is gonna be added to weapon damage, right? And weapon damage is like one single source. No matter if you like use 10 different skills with weapon damage, the weapon damage thing is always going to be like one single source. And thus for dot damage it will not stack. So you kind of want to like use one, ideally like you want to use like one skill that has a lot of weapon damage. And then like a couple other skills that have like basically 0 weapon damage. So then like that one skill with a lot of weapon damage is going to like apply like a huge multiplicator to whatever flat bleed you have, and then everything else is just gonna like apply their own skills like bleed damage and not the weapon damage. But that's like specifically for dots like bleed, or I mean electrocute and burn and so on work the same. One thing got lost in the sauce was the different percent chance. Or do they get summed up additively? No, I think they're like individual. So like you have a 15% chance to absorb 36 energy. You have maybe like another 20% chance to absorb 40 energy or something like that. Those aren't gonna like add up. They're gonna be individual. Like they can proc at the same time, then you're gonna like leech both at the same time, or they might not proc at the same time, or they, yeah. They're not adding. I think they're just like individual chances that don't influence each other at all. Which means they can also like proc at the same time. Energy leech seems kind of scuffed, especially early game. I think the numbers are just not very high. Like, not high enough to be properly worth it. And they help a little bit. And to be fair, Arcane Spark is worth it. It has pretty decent numbers. But before Arcane Spark, like all the other sources, I feel like compared to Arcane Spark at least, they feel just terrible. You don't get leech if you one-shot mobs, so that's what you mean. Yeah, I mean, I have no idea about that. But I mean, it could make sense because... holy shit. If the enemy is dead, right? You cannot leech from the dead enemy anymore because it's already dead. Like, you can only leech energy from enemies that actually have energy, right? If they're dead, they don't have any energy, so... Because it's over time. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it actively, like, leeches, like, over time. So if you one-shot them, then obviously it's not gonna leech, yeah. You can't leech from mobs when they die. Like, yeah, after they're dead, you don't leech from them anymore. Half the bosses have like super high leech resistance, right? So you can't properly leech off them either. And then some other mobs, they don't have that much energy, so even if you do leech from them, they will just be out of energy, and once they're out of energy, you can't also leech from them anymore. I think those are like the three problems, probably. You can make a post about it on the forums, and then maybe Creator's gonna fix it like 5 years from now. Does Zentai know you can't leech from dead mobs? I'm pretty sure he does. I mean, it's just logical, right? Okay, let's stop here. The Bane Gargoth quest is kind of cancer. Let me do one quick check for like Chaos Rush, and then I'll be out of here. Quick Chaos Rush check. Maybe these pants. They're double rare, so actually useful. Also, this chest is kind of cool. The Tormented Ribcage, right? A lot of stats on this thing. I mean, I would lose like the total speed, but otherwise, it's pretty good, right? +9 spirit, holy shit. Insane. Actually, it's just a bunch of stats, but their stats aren't even that great.
See you around.
Just send it. No need to plan a build.
Let's take a look, shall we? Goodbye.
Okay.
For now.
Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you around on the next episode. Thanks so much for the photos. Thanks so much for all the primes and subs today. Appreciate every single one of you being here. I'll catch you on Discord. And of course, also you can rewatch all the other stuff, all the content on YouTube. Primal Strike Water without a halberd, with a Alvarix Rebuke instead, but instead with like new shoulders and helmet from Thanks to Vastakarn, seems to be popping off. And we're gonna take this character through the 2 remaining Forgotten Gods and AOM expansions next. And then probably it's time for Grim Tooling anyway. Next week. Alright. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.